Hey everyone, we're here in Haleakalā National Park, and in this video, we're going to show you how to do the best hike here. So hope you enjoy it. Haleakalā National Park is a massive protected wilderness located on the island of Maui. It's centered around the towering Shield volcano, which dominates over 75% of the island's landscape. The park is uniquely divided into two distinct sections, the summit area and the Kīpahulu Coastal Area. Despite being part of the same park, these areas aren't connected by internal roads, so must be accessed from completely different sides of the island. Our favorite day hike in the park was a legendary trek from the summit, connecting the sliding sands to the Halemau'u trail. This challenging point-to-point hike spans 11.7 miles or 18.8 kilometers, with an elevation gain of roughly 2,500 feet or 763 meters. On top of that, it has an even greater elevation loss, which takes a toll on the knees. In total, it takes between 6 to 8 hours to complete, including photo stops as well as lunch and snack breaks. In this video, we'll first walk you through the Martian-like landscapes of the crater floor, followed by some essential hiking tips, such as what to pack as well as other things you need to know. Now let's dive in. We are Zach and Ina. We make helpful videos about destinations around the world so you can easily plan your own adventures. Our journey began at the Haleakala Visitor Center, where we arrived early in the morning. Before hitting the trail, we recommend a quick drive up to the Haleakala Observatory for the true summit view. This is the highest point on Maui, providing a breathtaking 360 look at the island.
It's so much cooler at the top, but it's worth it. It's beautiful and you can see all the way to the big island right there.
After enjoying the panoramas, head back to the visitor center, where you'll find the last available toilets before starting the trek. The first leg of the hike is the sliding sands, which is nothing short of spectacular. Starting at an elevation of 9,793 feet, or 2,985 meters, you begin a steady descent towards the crater floor. In fact, you drop down a staggering 3,200 feet, or 975 meters during this section. The terrain here is a soft volcanic cinder that feels like walking on another planet. As you wind down the switchbacks, keep an eye out for the rare silver swords, which are prehistoric-looking plants that grow nowhere else on Earth. The vistas are vast and all-encompassing, so take your time and enjoy the scenes. The descent is easy on the lungs and offers the best photo opportunities of the day in our opinion. You'll also notice the temperature rising slightly as you lose elevation and move away from the summit winds. When you finally reach the floor of the crater, the landscape shifts and gets fairly flat.
We made it to the crater floor and it's unbelievable how quiet it is here. We've passed maybe like 10 people so far.
The track eventually merges with the Halemau'u trail at a central cinder cone intersection. This is where the red Martian dust begins to give way to a greener environment, which is filled with hardy grasslands and alpine wildflowers. We later passed the Holua cabin, a rustic wilderness shelter that was unfortunately closed during the time of our hike, but made for a great spot to catch our breath. The final challenge is the rugged climb back up to the Halemau'u overlook. We made it to the switchbacks here. This is really the last push, the big climb until the finish. And yeah, the clouds also just rolled in, so it makes for a little more adventure. The path becomes a little rockier here, with steep drop-offs that require careful footing. The thick mist swallowed most of the views during this section and added an eerie mood. This final climb includes about 1,390 feet or 424 meters of elevation gain, making for a tough finish. Once we cleared the rim, we finally reached the Halemau'u trailhead. There's a large parking lot and a restroom here. From this area, we made the short walk across the road to the designated hiker pickup zone. Luckily, we only waited about 10 minutes before a friendly traveler gave us a lift back up to the summit. Since we arrived just as the light was changing, we decided to end our day at the top, witnessing an absolutely legendary Haleakalā sunset. As we mentioned at the start of the video, we'll now share 3 essential hiking tips. First, the weather at the summit is notoriously unpredictable. We highly recommend checking the forecast frequently to time the hike up on the perfect day. A common pattern we noticed was the rolling mist. While the early morning might be crystal clear, thick clouds often begin to spill over the crater rim by late morning. If you see the mist starting to move in, be prepared for visibility and temperatures to drop significantly. In our opinion, it's best to start the hike before 9 a.m. The temperature swing on this hike is dramatic. At the summit, temperatures can plummet below freezing with biting winds, especially during sunrise or sunset. However, since you descend so far to the crater floor, the air traps heat and the sun reflects off the volcanic sands, making it feel significantly hotter. Make sure to bring the following items: a heavy windbreaker or puffer jacket for the start and end, moisture-wicking base layers which you can shed while you warm up, and high SPF sunscreen since the UV rays are much stronger at high altitudes. A lunch pack and some snacks are also essential, alongside at least 2 liters of water per person. Finally, sturdy hiking boots and hiking poles are a must, and they come in especially handy during the descent. Since this is a national park, there's an entrance fee of $30 per vehicle. This can be paid upon arrival at the entrance gate with credit or debit card. Your receipt is valid for 3 days, so make sure to keep it. You can use the same ticket to visit the Kīpahulu Coastal Area, where you can see the 7 sacred pools and Waimoku Falls on a different day. Of course, if you have an America the Beautiful or other valid national park pass, entry is free. Also, if you want to enter the park between 3 and 7 in the morning, a reservation is mandatory. These can be booked via the government recreation website up to 60 days in advance, with a small batch of last-minute tickets released 48 hours prior at 7 a.m. local Hawaiian time. We chose to drive up after 7 o'clock, which allowed us more flexibility and skipped the need for a reservation. Thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed it. You can find more Hawaii videos on our channel as well, including one about the best things to do on Maui, so make sure to check that out. We'll catch you on the next adventure.